I like this. People don't know what I'm talking about. I can be talking about anything. All right.
The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with the promo code MLB SGPN, the $1,000 bonus credit. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's currently Wednesday morning around 10 a.m. Eastern Time on April 23rd. I'm host of episode's guy Reichel, joined again by Adam Rosenberg. Together, we'll break down the props for the Wednesday card. Adam, how's it going with you? I know that we had a pretty solid day yesterday. Behind the scenes, once again, follows Pickett for the plays. But I know on Monday, we had a pretty...
That's such a good bit right now. It's like whenever we don't post like a bomb and people are like, what was it? We're just like, oh, it
wasn't even bombs, really. It was mostly just like a bunch of random nonsense we threw in there. But yeah, I do want to say on Monday, I know my episode was okay. Shout out to Trevor Story for the single. I did lose both pitching props. Gausman died in that fifth inning, which was pretty unfortunate. But how'd you do?
Oh, he like really died in that inning. That actually, so in the span of the Gausman dying in that inning,
and the Braves
at the exact same time, we had Braves run line, and I looked at my Pickett, and like we were up like tracking to be up 4 units, and then suddenly it flipped, and we were down, we were even on the day. I was like, what is this? So first of all, shout out to Helms. I don't have any food. I went to the gym and then I came here. I'm drinking my breakfast. I'm going to have breakfast after this. I did great because I'm awesome. My kids were savages on Monday, but I'm ready to get into stuff today. It should be good. We got day baseball, all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah, to be fair, even though you have been somewhat caring on the MLB show, I've been doing well on the NBA show.
Yeah, that's true. I did text you this. I'm like, you're like, what do you think about this for NBA? I'm like, I don't even know who plays. Like, is that Steph Curry? That's fine. I'm just tailing whatever you told me.
Yeah, I ended up sweeping the NBA show last night, which is pretty fun. But anyway, point is, before we get into any of the props for the Wednesday card, a reminder, they do have the NFL Draft live stream coming up tomorrow. And if you do want to check it out while getting into the watch party for the entire first round of the NFL Draft, featuring all your favorite hosts and fans from SGPN, tune in Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/sportsgampodcast, once again, to enter and to enjoy the SGPN NFL Draft show. I'm doing the Jets right now. That's the only team I signed up for. I'll probably sign up for another team after it. Are you a big draft guy? I know it's kind of weird for you because it's the second time you won the Super Bowl and you're drafting, but I am wondering, are you a big draft guy?
I wasn't, but I became friends with, our bosses, Ryan and Sean, and I will go through my DMs and I will just tell you the text I have from Ryan Kramer after I sent what he and I have combined for this, and his response was, my God.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
Is it as extensive as our Super Bowl breakdown?
Oh, we cooked because we also faded the mothership, which was awesome.
Like, but the point is, we also had like 50 plays in the Super Bowl, so I'm assuming it's not that.
Yeah, but we had a floor. We have 50 plays for baseball. We had a really good floor. I like this Helms call out. Mason Graham might fall into that. Mason Graham's like falling. Period. I do like that, but yeah, we cooked on the Super Bowl. We cook on futures.
But the point is, we had a ton of plays, and we had an intimidating amount of plays. If you don't bet that much, like it might have scared you, but we made money, so it worked out.
We had about if your unit size is $100, we had about $2,000 out for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and we won 3,500,
not including also the postseason,
not including the postseason, yeah.
But yeah, either way,
shout out to Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Who basically like won us vacations.
Yeah, pretty much. But
okay. Anyway, let's get to baseball.
Anyway, point is, draft's coming up on Thursday. I don't really care, but I'll be doing the Jets. So there you go. Anyway, a point is for the actual show. Of course, we're back doing the props for the Wednesday card. Adam, I'm going to ask you to go first as always. What is your first player prop you want to give out?
All right, so this guy has burned me the last 3 times, but we're going to him. We're going to go with Andrew Heaney under 17.5 outs. I got it at for the Green Book limited me when I did it, but it is even money. I like it. Look, he is over in his last 3 starts, but The Angels are not bad against lefties, and this is a really good time to fade them. Pittsburgh only used the high leverage guy. They use the high leverage guys in their bullpen, so everyone is pretty much available. And tomorrow is Carmen Modonsky. That's actually, I don't know why I did it like Italian.
That is just not what it sounds like at all.
No, it isn't. It isn't. He's probably.
It sounds more French because you have the.
He's probably just this big dumb Polish football player or something. So I don't know. But the point is that he's actually been pretty good. He's been able to stretch his stuff on innings. But Heaney, if you go through like how many pitches he's thrown the last 3 starts, like 189, 95. That's a lot of a workload for a guy who last season averaged 86 pitches a game. So we are in I'm just looking at Benedict's quote, hilarious Italian impression. I don't know, it wasn't my intention.
It was more like a Family Guy Italian impression.
Yeah, probably is. All right, anyway, Andrew Heaney under 17.5 outs.
I
like the Angels in this game, period. So
I was going to say, I thought that his name was initially French descent because there was this female tennis player who had the M and the L right after each other to start a name, and she was French. So I thought maybe it is French descent, but I'm not really sure about that. Anyway, point is, for this one, I am going to go with hitter props only for the show. Pitcher props have not been too good to me lately, so I'm going to switch things up a little bit. The one thing I did win the last episode was Trevor Story's single, and you know what? I'm going back to it. Give me Trevor Story's single at -117. He's had at least one single in 9 of his last 11. He's had at least one single in 14 of his last 19 home games. I'm not a big Hancock guy. I don't think he's very good. The movie was okay, but I don't think the pitcher's that great. I think you're looking at a spot where Hancock might struggle in this outing again, but Story's been great. I took him for a single, and he had 3. Should have been 4, actually, because Sosa made a diving catch at second base. So Sosa limited the potential 4 for 4 with 4 singles overachieving a performance by Story last episode, but he's hitting the ball well, and Hancock, we know, I don't think he's very good. I know you agree with me on that. So I'll go with Story to hit a single at -117 as my first play. Any thoughts? It's a very niche market, but Story's been an absolute monster.
No, I like it. I mean, Story's been great. He hasn't played last 2 years, so it's been great. I was looking up a couple stats on the game right now while I was looking at some things.
Well, that's the thing about Story, though, is that people are looking at Story thinking that he's back in Colorado or maybe he just has a lot of home run power. He might have some of it, but he's mostly been a contact guy so far this season. And I'm not complaining about it. I keep backing his singles, but he keeps winning. If you've had a single in 9 of the last 11, 14 of the 19 home games, and I don't like the starting pitcher, that's pretty good to me. I'll run it back. I won last episode. So -117 I thought was pretty appealing. Also does bat early in the order, so you might getting maybe an extra plate appearance or so if Hancock does particularly struggle. Anyway, what is your second prop that you have for the Wednesday card?
Going to go with David Peterson over 2.5 earned runs against the Philadelphia Phillies, who, despite kind of spiraling right now, having a big of a scare situation right now I'm waiting with bated breath on what happens to Christopher Sanchez. This team can still mash lefties. It's a consistent thing that they've done. They're 4th in the league in WRC plus against it. Someone had said in the comments, "Hey, Scott, do you like Peterson Ks?" You didn't ask me, but I do.
I didn't answer because I assumed you'd read it. So
no, I do. You never read these because you're on the other side.
No, I do read it. I just defer to you when it comes to baseball props.
All right. Well, I do like the Ks. So just a fun. If you want to do a fun, like reverse correlation SGP, over 2.5 earned runs and
over strikeouts.
And over on the strikeouts, it's 5.5. Phillies have like the 3rd highest K rate against lefties, in addition to having the 4th highest WRC plus against lefties. So they are boom or bust on it. But this is a really good Phillies bounce back situation. Peterson also has a pretty high home run fly ball ratio, which does not do well against a team like this. And let me look at that. BABIP. Where's that BABIP? It's not even here. Well, he walks dudes. That's what he has an 11% walk rate at home. I like this. He doesn't strike out a lot of guys. So give me plus money, David Peterson over 2.5.
Yeah, I do want to ask you in general. This isn't really prop based, but it's mostly just a question about baseball. I know a lot of public people want to blindly back teams that are trying to avoid the sweep in the final game of a series. Is there any math behind teams maybe playing extra hard to avoid the sweep on the final game, or is that just a myth?
It's more if there's an off day the next day, because
Okay.
you're just trying to get the hell out of town. People sweeping a team is extremely hard.
No, I know. I feel like if you blindly back teams that lost the first 2 games in a series, once again, I haven't done the math on this. It does seem like those teams tend to do relatively well, but I am wondering if there was actually any math behind it because I haven't really taken the time.
I mean, I would call yesterday. I mean, dude, the Mets almost blew it 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Yesterday
we
was
had the money line on that game, so
and we had the money line on that
game.
thing. Yesterday wasn't yesterday a 1-run game too?
I don't remember what the final score was, but I believe it was close.
Yeah, so just like based on just probability, it makes sense to back.
I was just asking because the Phillies are trying to avoid the sweep, so
they're off tomorrow. They're off tomorrow. I mean, look, to me, it's a Wheeler shove game. The Mets don't really K, so it's a little bit of a Wheeler shove game. It's a Mets shove game, or the Mets have off. Everybody is off tomorrow. We have like 2 games tomorrow, so yeah.
You know who's doing the podcast tomorrow? Planned accordingly. No, just kidding. It worked out to my best. No, it's all good. But
all right.
If you didn't know the inside joke behind that, I control the actual schedule. So I can purposefully organize all the very small slates for myself. I didn't do it in this case, but it worked out to my benefit in this situation. Anyway, before I get into my second prop for the Wednesday card, a quick reminder, they're brought to you by Edge. If you ever tried to deposit money to your account around 2 a.m. and you've had your deposit blocked, it'd be very annoying. Don't let it happen to you with Edge Boost, though, because they have the first ever bank account built for bettors. You could also get it with that. You could use it for fast, reliable access to your money, make it easier to move money where and when you need it. You'd also get no delays that come from traditional banks. You could also get cash rewards every time you deposit into a qualified gambling account at you get 0.5% cash rewards, no usage fees and no imbalance. And a reminder, they also have a ton of responsible gambling tools to help you make informed decisions with your bankroll. Head to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Once again, sign up for the Edge Boost card today. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Who's bookie?
MyBookie.
MyBookie's the place to bet in every sport. They have props on the NBA playoffs. They have the NFL draft as well. They have props on every game. If you want to go for the NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs, etc., they also have a ton of locations that you can use. So if your state does not allow legalized sports betting, don't forget to try the offshore. You can use MyBookie for that. Easy deposit, though, and one fast patch with crypto. And a reminder, you get to MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% odds of match up to 1K. Terms and conditions apply. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. One of the first couple props for the Wednesday card. Time for my second prop on the card. Going with some fades on some hitters. I am going to go back to that Phillies and Mets game. I will fade Jesse Winker. I'll go with the under half a hit at -125. He's had 0 hits in 8 of his last 10. He's also been really bad against Wheeler. He has 0 hits in 15 career plate appearances against Wheeler. He has walked a couple times. That's fine. And Winker, as we always know, will never face a lefty. He will get pulled constantly. Phillies have a couple lefty relievers with Strahm, with Alvarado. You ended up seeing Winker get pulled in this outing. He might not play in this game, though, because he is 0 for 15 lifetime against Wheeler.
I was going to say, I don't think he's playing in this game. But
either way, the point is if he does, then if you want to hope that he shows up as a pinch hitter, maybe you want to go for the BetMGM approach, which we talked about in the last episode. But I like the price. Once again, you might get a limited number of at-bats because the Phillies have a ton of lefty relievers that they use a lot. But I do like Winker, who's been really bad lately, really bad against Wheeler in his career. I like the no hits for him at -125 as my second prop for the Wednesday card. Adam, assuming that Winker does not end up sitting, I'm assuming you co-sign because he's going to get pulled as soon as Strahm or anybody comes into the game.
Yeah, Strahm and Alvarado are both available.
That's why I like it as well.
Yeah, like heavily available, like haven't pitched in 2 days kind of thing. So I would expect some of that work, some pretty heavy work with him. I mean, this entire game is going to be Wheeler 7.
Yeah.
Strahm, Alvarado.
Probably. So once again, he's 0 for against Wheeler, and then you have 2 lefties that he's definitely not going to face. So there you go. That's my thoughts on that one. But Adam, I'll ask you.
But their usage stuff, and this is stuff that people should look at, but like they haven't pitched in 2 days, which means that they're prepped for them to go. Strahm's prepped to go for more than an inning.
There is a path where Wheeler maybe struggles through 6, and they bring in Strahm.
They say Winker is in the lineup, so there you go. Your bet's live.
Okay, there you go. So either way, we'll see what happens, but I do like the spot there for Winker fades. Anyway, moving on to your final prop for the Wednesday card. What do you got?
Let's see. I am going to go with Luis Ortiz under 15.5 outs -125. Look at me giving out a juiced prop for once. So his whip is not good. I mean, look, his Sierra is good. He's kind of been playing above his weight. he doesn't have a really good ground ball rate. He doesn't have a good home run fly ball rate. He gives up actually a lot of fly balls. His FIP is way worse. But my big cap on this is that Tanner Bibby inexplicably pitched 106 innings yesterday, or 106 pitches yesterday, killing our under outs bet. And with the Guardians having off tomorrow, yesterday seemed like they were using Bibby to out of nowhere to do a bullpen reset day. Bullpen's completely available, even Klaas, who we don't like. So give me Luis Ortiz under on this one. Let me just look. You guys are into blind trends. Let me see if any blind trends kind of support it. I obviously don't care about blind trends, but he is under with this. He's under in 2 of his last 3, so inconsequential to the cap. But you're kind of going, these are kind of contrarian, these things. Oh, you know what? His last 2 starts, 100 pitches, 92 pitches. Those were against 2 really bad hitting teams, and now he has the Yankees. So I think that the Yankees can probably get to him a little bit early. And again, that bullpen's completely available.
Yeah, I do think at the end of the day, Klaus, no matter how bad he's been, he's going to get used in this series. So he might end up coming in no matter what. But I know Smith closed yesterday. He might not pitch today. We'll see what happens. But either way, point is, despite Bybee not pitching well, he actually went some distance. So the bullpen was able to stay relatively intact. I know he hated it, but that's what happened. They kind of reset the bullpen in the game yesterday. So either way, I do like that also. For my last prop, though, on the card, so I was going to do hitting props again. I will go with a walks play, which has done well for me so far. Give me the James Wood under half a walk. Ooh, piece of candy at -105. He's had 0 walks in 7 of the last 8 games. Now, Sagano does give up contact, but he's also not walked many guys, and he's also been really good against lefties. So far this season, he's had 48 plate appearances, or I should say lefties have had 48 plate appearances against Sagano. 2 walks in 48 plate appearances. So lefties really don't reach base that often via walk. The hits could be a concern. That's fine with me. But Wood's been swinging a lot more, I'd say, often recently, and that's why
he has a 30% K rate. For a dude who hit 800 last week, I was like, why is he only batting 250? And it's because his K rate's obscene.
He swings at everything.
Everything.
So it's not Will Benson bad, but it's pretty rough. But the point is, he has not walked in 7 of the last 8 games, and Sagano really does not walk many guys. I like the price. -105, I think, is a very good deal. Once again, if Wood hits 3 home runs, good for us. But I do think that -105 is too cheap for a guy that he's not Jack Wilson when it comes to swinging at everything, but he's not that far behind. Shout out to Wilson, by the way, who has 0 walks the entire season and 81 plate appearances, I believe, the A's rookie. So something to keep in mind there. But the point is, I do think James Wood, ooh, piece of candy, doesn't really walk at all. Give me the under half a walk at -105. Any thoughts?
No, I like that.
So there you go. I think it's a good price. So that's my thoughts.
I mean, like Sagano doesn't work. On the other side, like people want a bonus play. Like I like the Nats over 12.5 total bases. In this game.
It's fine if Sagano gets shelled. I just don't want him to walk anybody. And he doesn't really walk many guys. So I think that's a pretty good combo there. And I like the price at -105. Anyway, before we get into the actual best bets and the underdog lineup for the Wednesday card, a reminder that we also are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Because you play the run of pick'em for a chance to win your times or money. You can mix and match your sports, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball. If you want to do golf, you want to do MMA, tennis, you can do whatever you want. They have that too on Underdog. But you can also sign up for the new account with Underdog. If you use the promo code MLBSGPN, you'll get a special first-time deposit offer up to 1K bonus cash on fantasy promo code MLBSGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, because the home of bet picks and props. They're also live Major League Baseball. They have models on NBA and golf. You can also build your own model, which is very easy and simple to do. Adam, it's that time of the show because I remember to do it this time. Any actual plays from the robot overlords from Rhythm that they want us to take?
Somebody just asked and said, are we doing Underdog on here? We will do an Underdog on here.
We always do Underdog.
We always do Underdog on here. HX Philly. Way to come in. I like because of the pool nature. All right. Yeah, that's cool. I like pools too. All right. Let's see what we got here from the robots. The robots like
big bucks. No whammy.
I like that. I actually sneaky like this, but wait, actually, that's I think they like Festa under. They like Festa under Ks, which I don't hate. Even though it's the Red Sox. Yeah, he doesn't really he doesn't really get people to strike out.
It's his first outing of the season, right?
No, it's this. I think it's his second.
The second. Because I know he never went much distance anyway. That's why I was wondering if he was fully stretched out yet or not.
He does not really go much distance. So we got Festa going here. We got the last 3 weeks. Let's look at this K rate because the White Sox have been making contact. Well, they're still striking out.
I was going to say, I mean, they've scored less than once again 4 runs in 3 straight in this.
Rhythm's also been killing it on the hits end of things like that. So let me just see if there's somebody who they like to get a hit. They like I don't mind this. They like you want to get nuts. Oh, actually, you know what they like? They like Miguel Vargas to get a hit on the White Sox, which I don't hate. He's been not bad lately. So
okay. Honestly, not bad on the White Sox is a serious compliment.
Not bad is let's see what Vargas has been doing the last 5 days. Oh, he's terrible. I'm not taking this.
Okay.
Sorry guys, we're gonna keep digging through here to find something. Is it Kochanowicz?
Okay. What is it? The overhits allowed or something?
They like his outs. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see how the Koki man.
I know Pittsburgh actually did well yesterday. I don't know how the bullpen turned out for the Angels, but Pittsburgh. I remember they got to the Angels pretty early yesterday.
You know what? He's Kochanowicz is at home. He just walks a lot of dudes, so I don't know if I want that. But maybe we do one of these outs. They're fading Sandy again. Actually, I like that. Let's take that.
I'm fine with fading Sandy. He's been terrible.
I'm fine with fading Sandy. Yeah, under 16.5 outs for Sandy.
Sure. Oh, that's fine. So
I don't even need to look at anything. I'll take it.
Works for me. I mean, I did a whole rant on the MLB podcast for these games actually.
Oh my God, his Sierra is so bad. He's
7.15.
He's terrible.
He's terrible. But I had a whole rant, or I had a whole question. We had a discussion. I'll use that word with Mel about how good Sandy actually is, because he was great pre-injury, and now he's still priced like it's post-injury, but he's been awful all season long. So I feel like he's still priced too heavily. I'm surprised the Reds were favored in that game with Singer pitching. Singer's been good this year, and Alcantara's been horrible. So I was kind of surprised Miami was laying 130.
I don't know. That's extensive.
It was last night. That's why I was like, I don't really get this price at all. But
no, let's do that. It's there in terms of. I mean, they have a lot of strikeouts that they like to. Oh, there's one that they do have here. They like Taj going deep too, but their favorite play is Kochanowicz over 3.5 strikeouts, and then JP Sears strikeouts. They also like Miles Nicolas strikeouts, but I think in terms of the things that they have here that I can really get into, it's probably both the Festa under. It's risky, but like the Festa under strikeouts is fun.
What's that number?
Actually, 5.5.
That is pretty high.
Through 76 pitches.
I was gonna say he's probably going 5. So you need less than like 1+ strikeouts per inning, basically. I
mean, he had 6 in that. I think I want to take that.
I'm fine with that.
Let's do that instead. Let's do that. Okay. So we're gonna take Festa under 5.5 strikeouts. That's something that we like that Rhythm has shown us. I'm looking at it right now. He's under in 4 of his last 6. And it looks like he basically got it on like the last batter that he faced last time. So, and
it never goes distance. So
he's only faced 19 guys. So I like the odds on this one. Let's do that. That's a high total for a dude who's only throwing 76 pitches. So yeah, we'll do that. And then when you get to the underdog read, I think that should be a play.
Yeah, well, I already did the underdog read, so I'll get back to that.
Well, I wasn't paying attention because I was too busy looking at robots.
It's fine. Anyway, point is we'll go with Festa on the under strikeouts for the Rhythm play. But a reminder, when you do want to try out Rhythm, you could get some amazing deals. 2 separate deals for you. You do a monthly deal or you can do an annual deal. Monthly deal, 25% off with the promo code SGPN 25, 50% off the annual deal with promo code SGPN 50. Once again, the Rhythm, RATHMM, promo code SGPN 25 or SGPN 50. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Went through our 6 favorite props for the Wednesday card. Time to move on to the best bet segment. Adam, I'll ask you, out of the 3 props you gave out, what is your favorite prop?
Probably the Heaney under 17.5 outs.
Okay. And what's the price on that?
Now it's even money.
Okay. Still a good deal.
Plus 105.
Yeah. So there you go. For my best bet, I'll go back to it. Give me piece of candy. Give me James Wood under half a walk at minus 105. I think the price is just off to me. I understand that Wood can be intimidating, but he swings at everything. Once again, he's had 0 walks in 7 of the last 8 games, and Sagano has only walked 2 out of the 48 lefty plate appearances he's had against him. So he doesn't walk lefties, and Sagano might get shelled. I'm fine with that. Maybe Wood hits one to the moon. I'm fine with that too. But I do think
the moon. The moon. It could be a boat. I like this stuff. All right, we'll take it.
Yeah. Boat could be anything, but
boat could be anything.
A mystery box could be anything, but a boat's a boat. I mean, come on, maybe there's a boat in there. We always wanted one of those. We'll take the box. Yeah, but anyway, I do think that Wood, once again, the price is just too cheap for a guy that really swings it a lot. You mentioned the K rate. He's very aggressive, and that's the guys you want to fade when it comes to the walks, and it's minus 105. It's a great price. So I'll go with that. A boat could be anything, but the mystery box, just
but a walk could be a walk.
I still remember I made a meme. I remember I made a meme about that when I think it was the Bears who traded away Khalil Mack.
Yeah. I remember
the meme about that.
Tweet.
It was a classic one. But either way, it's a great tweet. But anyway, point is I'll go with the James Wood under half a walk there at minus 105 is my best bet. Now it's time for the Underdog entry. We always do 3 legs. We already did one of them because we're going to do the Festa Robot one. So Festa lower on his strikeouts will be one option there at 5.5. Anything else you want to recycle from the plays we have, or should we just move on to other robot stuff?
No. Hold on. First of all, I'm just making another deposit into our joint Underdog account using the code SGPN. It's not going to do anything because I already had because it's not my first account. But let's do this. Okay, we have. Who we taking? We took Festa.
Yep.
Festa lower 5.5 strikeouts.
Good.
Let's take a look batter wise and see who are the batters that I really like today. I really like. Actually,
we can workshop some of the guys you might be giving out bases and home runs with. So.
I like he's been on a tear, but I like Cal Raleigh.
Okay, it's fine.
You know me about buying high on guys, but yeah, want to take his over. We'll take his higher 1.5 total bases.
Do you prefer that or hits, runs, and RBIs? Because Newcomb walks a ton of guys.
Let's look.
Because with Newcomb, you always get traffic on the base paths. That's why I was wondering.
He's minus 250 to get a hit. So he's killing his bases. He's actually hitting on his bases more than he's hitting on anything else. He is on a tear right now.
That's why they paid him a lot of money.
All right, let's just do that. Fine, we'll play it safe.
I was just wondering what you prefer because I hate relying.
I'm probably I'll probably end up personally betting the Raleigh one. Ooh, I like that. There's the let me see who else is kind of on here that I really like.
Wait, so what do we decide on Raleigh though? You want to do hits, runs, and RBIs?
I took the hits runs. I took the hits runs. Yeah.
Newcomb does walk a ton of guys, so
he does. And then I want and I see the Benedict's on it as well. I want Austin Riley bases.
I heard that guy's pretty good at baseball.
He is. He's got one of the best pull rates in the league.
Yep. The Braves might stink, but he's really good.
Dude, Braves bullpens is
awful.
Can't be awful.
Terrible.
Twice I've now looked at this team and I've been like, oh wow, this. Okay, so we have Dave Festa. So here, let me. I'll begin.
Okay.
The MLB Gambling Podcast prop focused Underdog entry is representing Rhythm Robots. David Festa, lower 5.5 strikeouts. Cal Raleigh, higher 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Austin Riley, higher 1.5 total bases.
And what's the payout on that?
5.22.
We'll take it. Cool. Sold.
Done.
Once again, that's our entry. Hopefully enjoyed the show. We're back once again for the prop show on Friday. A reminder, though, we, of course, have the regularly timed MLB show at 5 p.m. later today. I'm not on the show today, and I'm not on NBA today either. So I have like a half day off, which is something I'm not accustomed to, but should be fun. Looking forward to the day ball. A lot of day games today. But either way, until next time, find me on Twitter, Reichel Radio. Find him on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. And until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.